In the heart of New York City, a bustling metropolis where dreams are made and shattered, the world of high-end business and luxury living hides a dark and deadly secret. It is a place where wealth, power, and influence make the rules, but it is also a world filled with treachery and betrayal. This is the story of Erin Foster, a ruthless CEO of a successful tech empire, and the woman who had both everything to gain and everything to lose, his personal assistant, Olivia Bennett. Their relationship, built on lies, manipulation, and a dangerous sexual love affair, would spiral out of control, ultimately leading to a murder that shocked the entire city. What began as a game of seduction turned into a battle of blackmail, deceit, and deadly retribution. This is the story of betrayal at the highest level, a love affair with deadly consequences. Erin Foster was the kind of man who had everything: wealth, influence, and power. At 42, he was the CEO of one of the fastest-growing tech companies in the world. His charm and ruthlessness made him a titan in the corporate world, and few could stand in his way. His wife, Lisa, had been a loyal companion for years, but their marriage was strained. The public image of the perfect couple was just a facade, masking the growing distance between them. Olivia Bennett, 27, was hired as Erin's personal assistant 3 years ago. Bright, ambitious, and eager to climb the corporate ladder, she quickly became indispensable to him. Olivia was not just any assistant, she was sharp, efficient, and had a personal connection with Erin that extended beyond the professional. A seemingly innocent flirtation turned into an illicit affair that would change everything. Olivia knew Erin's secrets, his vulnerabilities, and his desires. She also knew that her position at the top of the corporate ladder was not guaranteed without his favor. Their affair was a dangerous dance, Erin, with his power and ego, and Olivia, who saw the opportunity for a luxurious life, free from the constraints of mediocrity. But the affair, once thrilling and exciting, soon turned dark. Erin's control over Olivia began to take a sinister turn. It was a cold winter morning when Olivia's world came crashing down. The morning sun had barely risen, casting a pale light over the sleek Manhattan skyline. Erin Foster's lifeless body was discovered in his penthouse apartment, sprawled across the floor in a pool of blood. His throat had been slit with surgical precision, and the luxury of the apartment felt eerily cold in the wake of the violence. The police arrived on the scene quickly, and Olivia, who had been at the apartment the night before, was nowhere to be found. The discovery came as a shock to many. Erin Foster was not a man who made enemies easily. His empire was built on respect and fear, and to have someone take his life in such a violent manner was unheard of. His wife, Lisa, was the first to arrive at the scene, her face pale as she stepped into the penthouse. She collapsed in horror, her screams echoing through the glass walls. Detective Emma Brooks was assigned to the case. A seasoned investigator, Emma immediately noted the lack of forced entry and the nature of the wound. It was clear that this was no random act of violence. Someone close to Erin had done this, someone who knew him intimately. The question was, who? Detective Emma Brooks arrived at the crime scene, carefully observing every detail. The apartment was pristine, except for the pool of blood surrounding Erin's body. There were no signs of forced entry, and nothing appeared to be stolen. This wasn't a robbery gone wrong. The scene was personal. Someone knew him, Emma muttered to herself, surveying the surroundings. She walked over to the desk where Erin's laptop was open, displaying a series of emails between him and someone named Olivia. Emma noted the intensity of the exchanges and the flirtatious undertones. She made a mental note to speak to her immediately. The first breakthrough came when Olivia was located at her apartment, just a few blocks away. She seemed composed, but her eyes betrayed her nervousness. Olivia claimed she had been home all night, but her alibi was shaky at best. Detective Brooks pressed further, asking about her relationship with Erin. Olivia's initial responses were vague, but her body language spoke volumes. As the investigation continued, it was revealed that Olivia had been having an affair with Erin for months. What started as a consensual, albeit risky, relationship had turned more complicated. Olivia was now entangled in a web of blackmail and deceit. She had found out about Aaron's affair with another woman, and in a fit of rage and fear of losing her job and lifestyle, she confronted him. But what exactly happened during that confrontation? The pieces of the puzzle were beginning to fit together, but there were still too many questions. Olivia's interrogation was intense. She sat across from Detective Brooks, her hands trembling slightly as she tried to maintain her composure. "I loved him," Olivia said quietly, her voice cracking. "I thought he loved me too. But he betrayed me." Detective Brooks leaned forward. "What do you mean by betrayed?" Olivia's eyes welled up with tears. "I found out about his affair with Lisa's best friend, Caroline. He told me it was just a fling, but I knew. I knew it was more. And he promised he would leave his wife for me, but it was all a lie. He said he needed me to keep quiet. He blackmailed me." Olivia's confession sent shockwaves through the investigation. The affair with Caroline was the tipping point. Aaron had manipulated Olivia into silence, using the leverage of her job and her secrets against her. But Olivia was no longer willing to play the part of the submissive lover. She wanted more, she wanted security, she wanted power, and she wanted a life of luxury. But things had gone horribly wrong. Olivia had confronted Aaron, demanding that he leave his wife and make their relationship public. Aaron had refused, laughing it off as another one of Olivia's fantasies. In a blind rage, Olivia snapped, grabbing the nearest object, a letter opener, and attacked him. The forensic team's findings corroborated Olivia's story, but with a disturbing twist. DNA evidence found on the letter opener confirmed that it was Olivia's blood on the weapon. The lab also revealed that Aaron had been in a struggle before his death, suggesting that Olivia had been trying to defend herself. Yet, the most damning piece of evidence was a set of surveillance footage from a nearby security camera. The footage clearly showed Olivia leaving Aaron's penthouse the night of the murder, a bag in hand. The bag was later found in her apartment, containing Aaron's personal documents and a large sum of money. This suggested that Olivia had planned the murder, hoping to cover up the affair and secure a future free from the fear of blackmail. The investigation was nearing its conclusion. Olivia's motive was clear: she killed Aaron in a fit of rage and to secure her future. But was it premeditated, or did she act impulsively? That would be the key question in the courtroom. As the investigation deepened, the true extent of the betrayal began to emerge. It was revealed that Aaron's affair with Olivia had been much more than just a fling. He had promised her a future, telling her that he would leave his wife and make her his equal in every way. But Aaron was a man of many faces. He had been stringing Olivia along, promising her the world while maintaining control over her. The truth was, Olivia had become a pawn in Aaron's game of power and manipulation. And when she discovered that she was not the only one, when she uncovered Aaron's affair with Caroline, it shattered her. But the betrayal didn't stop there. Olivia's blackmail scheme was even more complicated than anyone had realized. She had been secretly recording conversations with Aaron, documenting their affair and his promises to leave his wife. These tapes became crucial evidence that would be used in the trial, revealing the depth of Aaron's manipulation and the lengths Olivia went to in order to secure a luxurious lifestyle. In a final confrontation, Olivia broke down. Sitting in front of Detective Brooks, her once calm demeanor shattered. She confessed to everything: how she had planned the murder, how she had confronted Aaron, and how her anger had taken over. "I didn't mean to kill him," Olivia sobbed, her voice barely a whisper. "I just wanted him to love me. But he wouldn't. He wouldn't leave his wife, and he laughed at me. He called me crazy. And in that moment, I couldn't take it anymore. I just wanted him to understand." The confession came too late to save Olivia from the consequences of her actions. She had crossed a line that could never be undone. The courtroom was tense as Olivia sat at the defense table, her face a mask of fear and regret. The prosecution laid out its case. Olivia had planned and executed the murder in a fit of rage, fueled by betrayal and greed. The defense tried to argue that it had been an impulsive act of passion, but the evidence was damning. In the end, the jury delivered a verdict of second-degree murder. Olivia was sentenced to 25 years in prison, her once bright future now dimmed by the weight of her actions. The murder of Aaron Foster sent shockwaves through the corporate world. His empire, built on manipulation and power, crumbled in the wake of his death. Lisa, his wife, was left to pick up the pieces of her shattered life. She had known about Aaron's infidelity, but never imagined it would lead to murder. The city of New York, always buzzing with energy, was left to reflect on the darkness that had been hidden behind the walls of luxury. Olivia, once the shining star of Aaron's empire, was now nothing more than a cautionary tale, a woman who let her ambition and emotions consume her. What do you think of Olivia's actions in this tragic case of betrayal and murder? Was it a crime of passion, or did greed and manipulation drive her to commit murder? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more gripping true crime stories.